They all leave so easily as if it means nothing. How do they think we feel? Next time we meet, I'll give him such a flick that it'll be just a start. Amidst the sadness of Alphino's countenance, there is a newfound determination. The crystalline path Graha has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on, for our friends and all who await us in faith. So come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. It's hard. It's genuinely hard for me to feel anything about these scenes and everybody sacrificing themselves. Because it doesn't... We're just genuinely... I know we're going to bring them back because they've hinted it and given us the power to do so. So all these sacrifices don't really feel like they mean anything. Look, Akali, a portal is opened. It will surely deliver us true. It must. So it doesn't feel like there's anything actually at stake. Well, here is where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way over, one sure step at a time. But it's not, though, because we've been given the power, and even Y'shtola talked about it, like, oh, but you can bring us back. But don't do it, but you could bring us back. Our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. I don't know. I don't know. It's... I'll take it back if they all stay dead. But they're not going to. Estinian's the only one I want to have come back, and he's like lowest on the on the tier of elves that I enjoy. The portal is barely visible from up here. Truly, we've come far, much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration that we have learned and grown from it, that Hydaelyn has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of this star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relived as the fragments of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it. No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. Rest assured I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither can we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It will be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone, and while we're here, we'll make sure to bear... We'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. I am curious because the dungeon is coming up. I only have 2 companions left. So I'm curious how we're going to do. How we're going to deal with that small issue. Well, this is it, the end of the path and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet come with me, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved. In what we achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for, and dying for, as they did. There are some structures up ahead, still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same. And for you, most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be the one to help you. This is almost... normal. It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both accounts. There is simply no one here. Medion! This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star with which one pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None live to speak for the dead. They are gone, gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. If there's no one here, then neither should there be any emotion to bar our way. Yet Medion seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? If Alizé is discouraged, she betrays no hint of it. Whatever Medion may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. You think you've caught me. This form is barely a drop from the ocean that swells within the dead sun. Even so, I could easily unmake you. You are only still alive because of your comrades, but they cannot protect you forever. Until they fade away, I'll satisfy myself with watching you try and fail to find a way out of this lifeless place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you should try calling out. You're Not Alone is a Final Fantasy song, I'm like pretty sure. I believe it's like Vivi's theme? It's from Final Fantasy 9. 9 or 10. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain or to tell the story. The place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose fuse sitting on the counter. vessels for the beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. In the distance you glimpse Alice picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no sign of life. You call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The doors rested shut, along with a film of dust over this. All over suggests that no one has come through here in a long, long time. Oh, golly, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know that I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Elfino and compare what we've learned.
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteion seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
I promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you, the last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. but I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero, she's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one. For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear? I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
Please, please, oh, please let them all be safe. Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
Who's left that isn't already here? Oh, Arnvald. He is the only one left. I'm sure he's walking just fine and everything. In this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. No, we've, Gaius is not an associate of the Scions, and he has said we sort of already wrapped up with Gaius. He's working in Warlit. And he sent over supplies earlier, so it's not Gaius. I would be shocked if it was Gaius. The sorrow of 1,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. Yeah, for a mercy, Gaius was not heavily.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Oh, Arbert.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
Or Siobhan. Oh, Ori Boulder's already there. He already showed up. He had a voice.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
I actually don't know who that is. We have reaped in blood. I assume you sail?
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
Oh, that's Emmerich. So maybe that was Lucia. I thought these were just dead people, but...
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Oh, that's Namino. But yeah, Ori Boulder had a voice actor and everything.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
Swirl bombs.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Kane Senna.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
Lord Ian.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
I don't know who that is.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Papalimo might have been one of those.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
It's Bedlock.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Reen.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Vitra.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Vana.
Let's finish this.
Guardbird again.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest. I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. whose prayers were unheard, whose labors were unrewarded.
Oh my god, Sprightly. Xenos and Van Daniel were resolved at level 83. They were done with and dismissed so absurdly quickly. Oh yeah.
Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you.
The whole Van Daniel thing was really good. Yeah, so everything that had to do with Van Daniel was excellent. Save for the whole dealings with Zodiac. I thought the dealings with Zodiac, it was the one thing that I didn't want to have happen that ended up happening anyway. And it's fine. It's fine. I am not particularly happy about it, but it is what it is. Xenos, however, has been moping about for the last ever since he got benched, he's been moping about and like a fucking stray cat at my door, like, fight me please. I'm like, I got other things to worry about, but yeah. Xenos has done fuck all. He has been absolutely worthless this entire expansion.
Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris.
The last time we saw Xenos, he was in Alamigo, moping. And it's quite literally moping.
Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the world.
You must triumph.
Drink of calamity, drown in... Be safe, all of you, and come back.
I am ever grateful. I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years,
is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I will reach you. I will find a way. This is what I wanted, but I didn't think they'd do it. I thought we were gonna summon them all back instead.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes.
It's exactly what I wanted.
And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vinar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
Meteion, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
May you ever walk in the light.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Etheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
Come with us, Medion.
Can you hear me? The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
Please don't go.
So it seems.
You're leaving?
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Hydaelyn's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north. The fabled golden cities of the New World. The sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles. What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs? I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much. I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
I don't think I ever knew what to say to that man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the path notwithstanding, he came to you in your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander it, this chance he has given us. We will see this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and bid the final curtain fall. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand ready for the finale. Are you ready, Akali? Then let us set forth for the reckoning. Having come this far, I know everyone's resolve is beyond doubt, so I will say only this. Within that dead sun swirls the emotions that Meteion has hoarded, the emotions of innumerable souls who strove for happiness but failed. And it was the denizens of Ultima Thule that barred our way. It is not for us to rebuke and admonish. 'Twas not by passing judgment or the tragic legacies of others that we arrived at this moment. Rather, it was by opening our hearts to their despair, by understanding and acknowledging their fates, while still refusing to share in them ourselves, to hold fast to hope, not in ignorance, but by choice. Should you struggle to do so, I am here to help, as you have all helped me. Let's put an end to the end. Do not want to go with any of you. Well, alright. Oh my god, I need accessories from this dungeon. Like, please drop.
So you are finally here, in this place between death and rebirth, where life knows no dawn. Come then. Follow me down into the darkest depths of despair. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful blue star that fell to pestilence and rotted inside and out. The more its people clung to life, the more they suffered.
Why do you ask such a question? Do you not see the plague and pestilence that consumes us? Ours is a world of rancid blood and rotting flesh, where death is the only remedy to suffering. There is no meaning to be found in such misery, but it was not always thus. Beneath the waves we knew only peace and plenty. We wanted for naught, and yet craved for more, that our progeny might someday flourish as we never could. Eventually, we ventured to the lands above, bearing flame and iron, toppling any who dared oppose our might. The world was ours for the taking. Everybody wants to go fast.
Until they curse not the illness, but their fellow corrupted.
The world is not a boundless paradise we were promised. Our population quickly outstripped the habitable land, while seas we thought would shine forever blue ran dry, spoiled in a forging the tools of conquest. Cramped homes turned to smaller, and then came the sickness. Our undoing and the final blessing this star has to offer. We are no longer the fools we once were. Wheresoever life goes, death will follow. Indeed, existence is but the most painful path into nothingness, and the wise embrace their obliteration wholeheartedly. I want to read the notes. And I am the healer, and you will wait for me.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like, oh, you know, got pretty fucked up. My mod has gone to bed. What's the mechanic? It's a mystery. I just be fast? Or was there a safe spot the whole time? I was super dead. When is that? What's the debuff hit? Yeah, the only way to know. Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed. Go, 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 go! Doritos stacked together! Doritos stacked together! Motherfucker. Gotta... Always.
Okay, I see if that's true then. Be strong. Be strong. Yes. No. I don't have any more heals. Okay. Stack. Fuck, dude. I am lit furious at this tape. Okay. So this will be safe. This will be safe. Oh my god. Okay. That happens incredibly fast. I need to move my Asuna button, I actually think. Or put it another way. This would be easier if I had my usual healer AI, but I do not. So yeah, as soon as those things, the AoEs are like a cloud that gets pushed in the wind's direction. The wind blows the AoE. Keep moving to avoid the AoE entirely. I can't Asuna fast enough. Oh, now you want to read the note? I don't even have time to Asuna myself, but I'll try. If I get hit, I just have to. Oh, we lost our... Lost. If they're in queue. Guitar is good. The boss theme is very good. Well, our DPS is disconnected, so I guess we're trying to decide if we should kick him or if his queue is going to be short. I'm gonna grab a drink. Casa's gonna be in a weird position because that's just what happens when I get up. She's fine. She's fine. I'm fine. She's fine. There's a block of cheese in my fridge that I want to eat like an animal. Just take a huge bite out of it. I'm the only one who would eat that cheese. I don't know how to explain to these boys that I've been streaming for 10 hours and would like to find a new DPS as soon as possible. Yes. For the best. Sorry, Vox. Who has not voted? There we go. Alright, so they say whichever way the wind is blowing, is what's gonna move those flames eventually.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed.
So the wind is blowing from behind me. As of right now. So right here would be safest because nothing is going to be coming at us. It will be safe here the entire time. Okay, I did. Alright. My fucking flower petal like, literally saved some lives. Okay. Yeah. Please stack with me. Ninja, you're the best. The only man I can trust. Oh, it almost saved his life. Okay, so now the wind's gonna be coming from this way. So this way, this is going to be... Okay, so this is going to be safe the whole time. And then I'm going to run this way. And it will be safe the whole time. Wait. Okay. Kafka, you need to behave yourself. I'm gaming. This is just, we leave our own AoEs. Dorito, 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 Dorito. Wow, that man is lucky. That was nice. Okay, so the wind's coming from this way. Wait, he's gonna do an insidey thing first. Okay, so this will be safe, and then I know exactly. Hey, I got it.
And the very last of them wished they had never been born at all. In a faraway place, a brilliant star eradicated disease. Before destroying the selfsame lives it had saved.
It's okay, grab the treasure.
Its people sought ever greater freedoms no matter the cost.
The otherworldly beings should first grace us with their presence as a sign. Indeed, they understand that we, the global community, are possessed of the wisdom and compassion needed to guide this star back to the path of righteousness. If the freedom fighters dare undermine us, inviting chaos to disrupt the order we labored hard to build, they have forgotten the history of the star and its what myriad nations, the wars waged, the countless lives lost. They must be brought to heel, the world united under single standard, no matter the cost. This is a very Garlemald idea.
They tried to buy peace with fire and steel.
We constructed the Peacekeeper, the pinnacle of engineering technology. This mighty war machine was designed to rid us of the freedom fighters, as well as the other potential threats to the peace we have long pined for. Its artificial intelligence ensures that the singular function is carried out with cold and calculating precision. Indeed, the 10,000 Peacekeeper units we created have now routed every threat to peace, including us. All that remains is to stand and fight. Get out of that. Okay. Yes, okay. Please don't stand on me. I don't know what to do about it. Okay, that all worked out. I'm actually going to choose not to do this. Ay, chihuahua. thank goodness. I did not want to do that again.
And when one asked, what is the point? There were none left to answer. Farther still existed a star without strife. Where none remembered life's trials or its joys.
It's true. Not a thing, Smiley. I want to throw this down here for you guys while I read this, since you don't give me a chance to. A curious traveler visited our star, a bird which proffered these questions. What meaning does life hold? For what do you strive? I could find no satisfactory actors or bittersweet memories of an age-long past. There was a time when we were lesser, and our Nian's thought purpose struggled to justify life's worth. That was, of course, before we achieved perfection. Now condemned to our paradise, we understand the futility of existence. Like the fledglings we once were, the poor bird could not accept the truth. It asked us again and again, hoping perhaps our answers might change.
What its people had gained from ease, they lost to apathy.
There was a time when we yearned to explore the heavens, found purpose in the hope of unveiling life's mysteries, a dream shattered when we reached enlightenment and found it empty. There was a time when we believed in our legacy, thought ourselves making a worthy path of successors might follow, efforts rendered futile, and we discovered the keys of paradise and mortality. As individuals, we struggled to know what was right, yet in today's perfect unity, there is naught left to question. We are infinitely constricted by the infinite, but no more. Ra-Allah shall grant us the mercy of annihilation.
So they created the kindest, most gentle of beasts. Its steps were light, and its gift was as painless as it was beautiful.
Oh dear. Oof. Oh my goodness.
Bathed in its golden glow, they all slept happily ever after.
Yeah, okay. That wasn't fair. The tank's just got in position pretty badly and won't move him. It's not a helpful situation, but the situation we're in nonetheless. I don't want to be over here. We're not gonna do this. I don't know how the tank fell over dead, but the tank did fall over dead. Unless we all got clipped.
So they created the kindest, most gentle of beasts.
taking me to the side, which is
Its steps were light, and its gift was as painless as it was beautiful.
this one here. Pulling him to the middle. That's okay. He's gonna do his
Bathed in its
mid-cleave.
golden glow, they all slept happily ever after.
Now he's gonna do no butterflies and then cleave. No, then stack. Yep, it's a balloon. Okay, there we go. That makes it much easier. If you say then cleave, it'll happen sooner or later. And he's gonna jump into the middle and do the laser beam. And then butterflies. And then stack burger. Oh no, bat wings first. Yes. I don't know what we need. Because that's different aliens. Okay. I'd like to count him before. Necklace! Oh my god! I forgot. That is the only thing I have gotten out of any dungeon. Look, 72. No, 81, 85, 87, 89. I'm wearing the 90. I missed one necklace, otherwise I got it out of every other one. Garbage. 3 comps. I'm so furious. I can't get any other piece of gear.
That you still stand. Your determination defies all reason. The souls within me writhe and recoil in your presence. What must I do? What pain must I visit upon you to make you surrender to despair?
No one is unbreakable. What pains one may weather may bring another to tears. But therein lies our strength. For when we fall, our brothers and sisters are there to raise us up, again and again, without end.
I see. But no matter how much hope exists, ever will there be more despair. Ever will the living cast the present and lament the future. So shall we sing until life ceases to be.
Seven hells!
On your guard.
The rage. It rises. Rises.
Stop! Calm yourself, please.
We die in pain. We die in suffering. Who are you to live? Who are you to hope?
Hold on, my friends.
Oriange, watch out!
Alphino!
We cannot comprehend. We cannot know. We cannot know!
Don't, please! Don't do this to them! To yourself!
Just one good strike.
Yeah, just the one.
Stop! Please stop!
We will not suffer alone. All will know our pain.
No, you don't!
All are washed in ice. a frozen waste, forever silent.
Wait! Don't!
You gifted them escape. And rendered yourself powerless. Bereft of the synergy you claim is your strength. Unless you need to call upon the dead once more. Defiant to the last. But you will be one with us ere long. You will be battered and torn and made to crawl. You will weep and wail and curse your impotence. Curse your life as it fades. As we did. As we died. Such pain and sorrow we felt. Such anguish and rage. We tried. We tried. But it was no use. Only when we surrendered did we find release. Only when we embraced death. So join us in despair. And embrace yours. My ultimatum. What is happening?
Oh.
At the end of everything, I find you, my friend.
Oh my
I sought
God.
something in you once, as you did in me.
I will never fuck you, Xenos. This has got to stop.
When at last I understood what it was, I journeyed to Sharlayan to seek you out. Struck a bargain with the woman who shares your gift.
He claimed he was a friend of the Scions? The people of Sharlayan just let Xenos into Sharlayan?
In exchange for lending the Scions my aid, I was given the means to come hither. Gorging upon what remained of the Mother Crystal, I reclaimed the form of the
This is bad.
And, hungry still for our reunion, I rode the light of the stars to you. I take it this is your prey. But why does it still live? Surely it is no match for you. I assumed you would be above something so banal as despair. Am I mistaken?
I don't want your help.
And I'd rather not give it. Nay, I would have preferred that we enjoy a private reunion. So come, let us dispense with this distraction, you and I.
You struggle in vain. You will not silence our song of oblivion.
So we ended up killing Heidelin. I thought the arena would be cool. Oh, we made the arena. We ended up killing Heidelin because she told us to. And then in return for killing Heidelin, that giant crystal that you constantly always see, she gave us that to power our spaceship to come to space. And then Xenos ate the rest of it. He didn't technically eat her. She's already gone. But he ate, like, the last of the aether she was sleeping. So he could become a dragon again. Because I guess you can just do that.
You will never reach it. Will never reach the deliverance you seek.
Ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Even stars must die.
Understood.
Utterly futile.
Makes sense.
Your suffering is at an end. This is a kindness.
Please do not stand on me, holy beings. I might not survive when I do. Oh, feathers. Yes, yes.
All of us have known despair. We have seen the end.
A lot of people are about to die.
The same end. Again and again. A sorrow so deep only emptiness remains.
Oh.
'Tis so lonely between the stars. We have seen the end. The same end. Again and again. This is a kindness.
Please get off me, please get off me! Holy shit! I died of that. Just deep in.
All of us have known despair. Even stars must die. Tis so lonely between the stars. This is a kindness. All of us have known despair.
Fuck me, dude. Okay.
Even stars must die.
Watch the stars. Stop, I didn't get away in time. And bad. Should be.
Tis so lonely between the stars. This is a kindness. If there is no happiness in life, there is only one place it may be found.
Oh god, the DPS check. Good. I, for one, am excited for a DPS check. Oh, I see what's happening here. Oh, no, no. No, no. I will not be pushed. Eat that one. Ugh.
oblivion.
I think that was exceptional. Perhaps not, actually.
Dynamis. No matter. You only delay.
Maybe it was a good thing to do.
This is fate.
I don't know.
Your time has come. It always does.
Hey, I don't know what any of this means. Oh, this is what they did for Louis Swat. There a lot of the similar poses. And Louis Swat summon the 12.
What is this defiance? No. The hatred, the pain, the loss. We cannot suffer it again.
We will stand against fate.
No matter the cost.
We've been here before. Many a time.
Thus do we know.
To never give up.
The hope will shine again.
What we saw. What I saw. This can only end in misery and desolation. No life, no star, nor the universe itself. None should hope for better. If this was not the answer, then what is it? Where lies happiness?
That summoner was a champion. I saw them hard casting. That's what I'm here for. Dude, if I saw them hard casting their little heart out instead of like doing insane amounts of summoner damage, as a summoner myself, I would simply do damage. Well, probably not in this particular situation. Oh, I got a lot of comms. I did do a very good job. Oh my god, we are not fighting. Put it back in your pants.
No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain. We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for. The answers he deserved. Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends? Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey. So many people. The thoughts of them overflowing in your heart. What they live for. What gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer. You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace. That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time, on Etheris.
We created it together.
Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors. Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy.
I have never ERP'd in Limp Salumenta. That's a solemn promise from me to you.
And so, before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do. No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. Of a dream that from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more, nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds. A song of hope.
She's an entelechy, so it's whatever you were feeling. That's what happened, though. She got overwhelmed by darkness and, like, sorrow and despair. All she needed was a little joy, but she couldn't find any of it.
One day, life will fill the universe again, and Hermes will see this and smile. How, I do not know. But I do know that where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day, do they not? I will create a path back to your ship, where your dear friends await. Hold in your heart your desire to return to them, then follow my lead and walk forth. That hope will surely guide you true.
You mean to return to the world where you are hailed as a hero?
Yeah.
Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you. As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know. And it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you, to issue challenge and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you. You value life, You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer?
I've had enough of you. It ends here.
Ha! Finally mustered the desire to kill me, have you?
Ugh.
Go on then. Try and strike me down in this forsaken place. I shall return the favor. Aye, let us indulge in the only worthwhile pursuit and burn our lives to their ends.
Jesus. I fuck up Reapers every day in PvP as White Mage. This man is dead. I really just don't want to fight him. I could not care less about this man. 6 sparks of hope.
Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine!
Shinryu bullshit. Actually, I don't want to.
Ha! Still fighting you, I see.
Stay out of the water. Get into the water.
Show me your vaunted fortitude.
This might hurt.
Soon you will know the full extent of my power. Mine for the taking.
That's a move his daddy does. I was not paying attention.
Mine for the taking!
Ooh, that happens fast. That in fact will kill me if I am not.
A test of your reflexes! A test of your reflexes! Mine for the taking!
Things that I should know better. I will take this. Yeah.
A test of your reflexes! Of your reflexes!
Oh, I should save that if he awkwards again. He doesn't seem to be repeating mechanics. Well, save for this one. The element.
Mine for the taking!
There he goes.
Mine for the taking! Ah, my soul! How it burns!
A nani?
I know you feel it too. The inferno swelling within you. Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you! Ah! Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent. Yes! Yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet!
I cannot. This is extremely tedious. Okay.
A test of your reflexes! I have you!
Oh, where are you going?
A test of your reflexes! Show me your vaunted fortitude.
Ooh, this might kill me.
Mine for the taking.
Oh, I should have got hit by that actually.
I have you.
This is gonna happen.
Mine for the taking.
Alright. I'm gonna actually get hurt by this pretty bad, I think. Woo!
A test of your reflexes.
Leave me alone.
I have you. A test of your reflexes. Show me your vaunted fortitude.
Yeah, suck my entire nut, Dina.
No, not yet. Not until the last of me is spent. Burn, burn! Now fall! This is my moment! Our moment!
I just started swinging with my fist. I've had enough. This is cool if you're a monk. A little white mage with her scrawny arms. With all her frills and ribbons, just throwing hands. No. Akali, you have to kill this man.
That I should lose again. How disappointing.
Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions. Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark, blinding, brilliant, gone too soon. What of you, my mirror? Born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure. Was this life a gift or a burden? Did you find fulfillment?
We punched him to death. You need to pick that up, Akawi. Oh, it worked out for her.
Can you hear? Safe. Must tend to. Open your. Please.
Someone, and
Please.
you can't leave us! Not like this! If you do, I'll never forgive you. So come on! Open your eyes and get up!
Are you with us? Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
Is everyone all right?
After what you've done, you're the last person to be asking that. You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
I'm not keeping any of those promises, Graha. You can go straight off and get fucked.
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain? That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening! There's nothing gladdening about this. When Meteion appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came. And when you finally deigned to appear, you're within an ilm of your life. Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
Oh, those were cries of celebration! Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once.
The bunny people are very good, but the whole... You meet them on the moon, and that whole segment is extremely tedious, but they're very cute and very good.
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside. We're home, my friend. We're home.
I know. We can't have everything.
Is that? It is! It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens.
Truly.
They've done it!
Welcome home. Yes!
Go to them, you fucking idiot. Just go. Run to your children.
Welcome home, everyone!
She promised she'd be the first one to see it, so she's gotta go fast. I think she's going the wrong way though. Oh, they're gonna use the Ethan. Oh, it lands in the dock. Okay, that makes sense.
Welcome home!
Oh my goodness. Well, I would not say it was better than Shadowbringers, which is a lot of what's being said. But it was still pretty good. It was not without its weak points, and for weak points there were many. And also did a lot of things that I really sincerely wished it had not. Was all I wanted out of Endwalker was for them not to do these specific things, and they did them anyway, which was very frustrating. I think the Xeno parts were all incredibly weak. But other than that, I loved everything with Fan Daniel, who I was certain I was not going to like. He was very good. It's weird because I would say the moon is the weakest zone. That was the whole thing. Endwalker on the moon. It's just so bad. I wish Square Enix and just Kingdom Hearts has this problem too, where they're not very good at doing a sort of a gray sort of area. Light is light and darkness is darkness, and there will never ever be any in-between, and when they try to establish an in-between, they don't do it very good. And that was kind of where things with Zodiac went really, really awry. And I think my biggest gripe is how a people that do not war and do not who did the most selfless thing and sacrificed half their population so that the world could be saved. But they had to use the element of darkness to counterbalance the end of the final days for Amarot. And Zodiac is this. To the end, it was he's this evil being, and it's a good thing that he's not running rampage and shit like that. Which is frustrating. Also, the retcons. Oh, the retcons mid Endwalker, where they were like, but Heidelin told me this. Oh, she didn't mean that, though. You took that out of context. Or she lied because of this and that. It's just like, okay. So there was definitely some weak parts, but there was definitely some good, very good parts as well. Oh. So, what happened with Zodiac was God, it made me so mad. Fandaniel and Zodiac are in the Garlean Palace, and they shoot a bunch of Aether at the moon to break Heidelin's seal, but they fail actually and can't break the seal. So Fandaniel's just like, let's just go to the moon. And there's a teleporter in the Garlemald Palace that can just take you to the moon. So then we're all on the moon. And then the only thing that's left is the seal. There's a single seal left. And Heidelin's like, protect the barrier. And then there's like this Amarot-like castle on the moon, which everyone thought was where the Ascians lived. No, it's actually where Heidelin's one single servant lives. And he's protecting the barriers. And then you do all this stuff, and there's a dog, and you ride the dog around. And they're told, protect the last barrier. The moment you walked up to that barrier, Xenos breaks it. And then it was so bad. Everything on the moon was so bad. So Xenos breaks the final barrier. And then Fandaniel's like, alright, bye! And he jumps inside of Zodiac. And then you have to fight Zodiac. And you fight Fandaniel inside Zodiac. And then you defeat him, and Xenos kind of walks up. And he's like, well, that's... Xenos doesn't do anything. And then Fandaniel rips out Zodiac's heart and kills Zodiac and himself, thus issuing the final days. And that's what happened with Zodiac. Literally nothing. You don't get to talk to him, you don't get... And talking to him would have been pointless anyway, because Elidibus is dead and gone, but... Yeah, you meet him and you kill him instantly. It was so frustrating. It was the one thing I did not want, and it happened anyway. Zodiac got scammed. Alas. Yeah, there was some very poor storytelling that went about, but all in all, I think it was all right. I don't know, even going back in time rang a little hollow. But I would be a liar if I said I didn't enjoy it. God, I hate Grahatia. I hate Grahatia so much. He is so pushed onto you in such an uncomfortable way. Is this what people feel like in regards to Emmerich? I don't even think it's this bad with Emmerich. Although you did get to, you were forced with a date on Emmerich, so. So, we will probably get a preview for the 8-man raid. The end of the expansion always previews the raid. It's been that way since A Realm Reborn. At the end of A Realm Reborn, you hear Bahamut's roar. At the end of Heaven's Word, Y'shtola comes to inspect Alexander. Nero shows up at the end of Stormblood as they're talking about Omega, and then Rain and Thangrid at the end of Shadowbringers go see Eden. You see Eden for the first time. So, actually, what we know about the 8-man raid is we've seen some of it. No bosses or anything, but it has something to do with the underworld. It's called Pandemonia. It is featuring, it has La Habrea's picture on it, I can't remember the word they use, but it's Pandemonia, and the first thing, it starts with an A, and if I Acrophenia or something like that. It's one of the gates of hell. So it has something to do with the underworld. Maybe. It depends on what this was about. One of the things that was left completely unanswered is there's 5 Sundered Ascians still running around. Patriot, Defion, Helmarat, Ultima. Yeah, well, yeah, I think he was gone by the time they sort of figured out the Ascian stuff. But yeah, they've been really queuing him up for him to finally probably do stuff. He might not be dead. Because La Habrea... Well, Emmett's admitted to being dead. He's in the live stream, so that is what it is. But La Habrea is an interesting case because he was absorbed into the eyes by Thornton and then existed in the eyes until Estinian destroyed them at the end of Stormblood. So it's hard to say what's actually happened to La Habrea. So he might be fine. But I think he's probably dead, and we'll probably learn about him and the rest of the Ascians and the Convocation through the raid series, like we did with Mitrion and Wilgriff in Eden, which would be a fine way to do it. I don't think they have any more place in the main story, but... And then the 24-man raid is going to be about the 12. But we don't know too much about that. But like Ralgar and Halone and all those other ones. Yeah, I do too, so... And we actually only know 4 of the 13 Ascian names. Hermes, Artemis, Gaia, and Hades. So it'll be cool to learn the rest. They also, someone asked, probably during a fan fest, what La Habrea's real name was, and they said it was a secret for later, so he has, yeah, he will be about again. Oh my god, did my bot just... Oh no, maybe that's just my phone. I got a notification on my phone that my Discord just pinged that I was live. I have literally been live for 12 hours. Surely not, Discord bot. No, yesterday, my phone is only just telling me about this thing. Okay. I was about to be very cross. I really wanted Emmett Selk to come back for good, but that was wishful thinking. It's not his story anymore. I do think he'll have some part of the raid series, though. That's my hope, anyway. I also don't think we got a bingo. Let me double check. Final Fantasy 14. Twins survived the entire expansion. There were dead friends, cameos everywhere. Final zone was not under Lake. It'll be difficult to say. I'll have to see what the preview brings. Taro was not a spy. Thanker did make it to the end. Ryanje did tell some lies. Xenos didn't lure the moon. We don't know about the other Asians. Grog got sacrificed and so on. Sid did technically send us to space. No, we got more. No, I don't think it's a bingo though, which is a shame. Close though. If Heidelin had been evil, it would have been a bingo. Maybe. Oh. Oh, as much as I would like to. No, I absolutely agree. I'm shocked that they all lived, especially because it seemed like their stories would end. We didn't get one death, which I'm shocked about. I thought for sure, especially because how heavy-handed they were being with the twins, the twins were gonna not die, but get fridged. I thought for sure they were getting fridged. I am a little disappointed that we didn't get some kind of loss. Because, like, them all, like, quote-unquote sacrificing themselves at the end didn't mean anything. Like, I didn't feel anything in regards to any of their sacrifices. Like, because I knew they were all going to come back. They literally told us beforehand and gave us the power to do so. So it just all felt really empty and weird and heavy-handed. Oh, yeah. She was someone we didn't get any references to. No callbacks to her whatsoever. Or Gogetsu. Maybe one of those voices was Gogetsu, and I just didn't recognize it. It would be straight. It must have been because the dragon and Gogetsu have the same voice actor. So these three were great in every scene that they were in. Garlemald had the best storyline, I think. It's a shame that Garlemald was what it was, though. That we didn't get to do, I don't know, a lot of things that I was hoping we'd get to do in there. There's a lot of hinted Garlemald intrigue, though, that we'll probably delve into in the patches with Nerva and Titus. I thought that's actually stuff that we would deal with in the main story, but I think it'll actually be patches. Which will be genuinely very good. Rebuild Garlemald before we rebuild El Amigo. It would be insanely fucked up. I may actually skip through these credits. It has been late. I'm very tired. I did want to watch it all, but I'm gonna scoot myself through. that's cute art.
Dearest mother, dearest father, this letter will be the very last that I write to you from the Rising Stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days. At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself. A veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark. Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades. For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation, we are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
There you are, Alphino. Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there. At least, that is what the story will be. Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving. But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, formal association or no, if any of you should require my services, you need but ask. I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations. To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
I have a bad feeling I know how this is going to end. Akali, thou hast spoken with our comrades? Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis nonetheless occasion for sorrow. Akin to Pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporits embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Erithis. Do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere it may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporits hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star. And 'tis Vanna's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest an irreplaceable, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance? I'd call it friendship. I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend, for 'tis certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. But I shall digress no further. The day should belong to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, to mining companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead I do proffer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder across stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. There has been naught but chaos since the Televori first appeared. Towers, lunar primals, the Empire, the final days, yet we have weathered it all and lived to see the sun rise on a new day. And now that peace has returned, I can finally resume my travels with my grandfather. Perhaps we will first go to Kugane to relax at the Bokusan hot springs. That might be nice. Of course, my journey will not simply be for pleasure. I will collect information on the territories I travel. Perhaps I shall visit Naxia via Doma. You were but an amateur adventurer when we first met, but look at you now. You've grown into quite a fine young lass, just as I always knew you would. One might say I ought to settle down in my old age, but seeing you now has set my adventurous spirit ablaze once more. But the first journey I set out upon will be my long-awaited hot springs tour with my dear friend Home. Akali, seen to preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you hadn't heard, we received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. Goodness gracious. We had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was in the area of in the northern empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlian too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The Scions are no longer needed, which isn't to say we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals. No more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Elfiner. They were among the worst affected, and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. Inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up, and I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph, and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember it too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere trying my very best. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Elisée Levier. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Go on, Akali, don't miss this chance to say a word to each of our friends. After all you've been through, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. The exploits of you and your companions are truly an inspiration to us all. I have never felt more compelled to hone my own skills, that I may one day be able to accomplish such heroic deeds. Armungus means to visit Limsa, and I will join him and continue my search. I know not when we will meet again, but please take care of yourself. I can scarce still believe our battle extended to the ends of creation, but seeing the Scion's mission to completion was both an honor and a privilege. As for myself, I spent quite a while away from home, so I think I'll return to Limsa for now, and once I get there, my first order of business will be downing a pint or 3 at the Drowning Wench. 'Tis a shame the Scions are disbanding, even if only in name. I still fondly recall the day you granted me my uniform. 'Tis memory remains vivid, yet feels like a lifetime ago. I considered returning to the Adder's Nest, but since I've come this far, I've decided I ought to continue my journey and venture to Garlemald instead. I can't hold a candle to the infamous wandering minstrel, but I thought I might share with the Garleans a tale of your epic deeds. Extend to them an olive branch of song, if you will. The salvation Minfilia dreamed of Eorzea comes closer to reality with every step the Scions take. Yes, the world may still be in the throes of change, but it is still improving. I see it happening day by day, and I sit here praying that whatever new road you walk will bring you the wonder and joy you deserve. Should you need a rest in between your journeys, do come and join me on the terrace for old time's sake. Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed how swiftly you recovered. And again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Medion defeated, the Song of Oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. We have a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the Scions on the world stage. There will never be an end to the little problems that go unattended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering, when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Akali, I have a question for you, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? There's never a dull moment, that's for certain. That's one way of putting it. In many ways, the experience has left us far stronger than when we began. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need help should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know where to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune teller into the bargain. Guitar Castinian. If you have something to say, then out with it. Just worried how you'll earn your keep now. Why are we bullying this man? You talk as if the Scions disillusion was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway? In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are far worse than others. No sooner did Emmerich hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Inforian district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. What does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hainish envoy arrived with word from Vitra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavnar, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final bays abated when you defeated Medion. Though it was too late for those that had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Sharlayan, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sharlayan, if they wish to work and study. Vitra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one of name as well, one who has the complete confidence of his people, if the Envy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago I would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives, but 'tis clear he cares for his people, and in turn they revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vitra's kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering it wrought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgar Somer didn't give up. In hope he made the journey to distant Aetherius with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I may never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come, and at the very least it might be an opportunity to earn coin. I do not want to talk to Graha. I am dreading that conversation. And how the game will latch him onto me. Let's just get it over with so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh, Cully, might you have a moment to talk? Regrettably, I am forced to. With the Scion stepping away from public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryle, I've decided I'll be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Beldesian. Thank God, that is what I was hoping he was going to go do. Not only am I indebted to Master Gola for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a Scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise, to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. Ugh. Don't encourage. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you unto the unknown. Do you recall the realm of the Omicrons, when I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? Well, 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams. In the end, nothing would give me greater joy just to stand with you in the here and now. It needn't be some grand endeavor. There needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you would do the same for me. I wish I could say no. I know. I can all but hear Rena and Beckalug's voices each time you remind me. As much as we have already seen, there's still much we haven't. Who knows, perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omicron somewhere out there. After all, given how they look to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler, awaiting commands that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast memories, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you'll be the first to know. Alright. I was very scared about what that conversation was going to lead to. And it wasn't good, but it could have been worse. I still remember the day we sparred together as though it was yesterday. To think how far we've come since then. Even now, I have not abandoned my dream of besting you in single combat. On a friendly nature, of course, though I clearly do not hold a candle to the Warrior of Light at present. I will continue to train diligently that one day you might consider me an equal. Far too much blood has been spilt and far too many lives lost. Still, I am glad I was able to do something to repay those who showed me a path to the future. Not that our job is over, of course, far from it. There is much that remains to be done, and before true and lasting peace can be achieved. To that end, Hori and I mean to set off for Corvos. We expect that the tensions between the Garleans and the Corvosi will only flare more with the Empire's fall. I'm so glad the danger has passed. There was nothing I could do but pray from here, so I was relieved to the point of tears when everyone made it back safely. I imagine we'll have more free time now, so I was thinking I'd study up on healing magic, that I could make myself more useful in the future. My first stop will be the Astrologicum in Ishgard and learn about Sharlayan astrology. Must follow Orchard's lead and continue to hone my skills. We may have accomplished our goal and put it behind us, but my time with the science proved memories that will last a lifetime. This girl had a lot of sex and a lot of three-ways. Every time you talked to her, she was banging both the brothers. And then she tried to add someone else. She was banging the whole time. What bliss to think I was blessed with the chance to experience such unbridled brotherly love. See, that's all that is all that she is about. But now that Orchard has decided to set off without his dear brother, without the two of them together, I fear I might suffer withdrawal. Yeah, she was fucking both of them at the same time. She's wonderful. I think this one got in on it too, if I remember correctly, but they're sisters. There was a lot of weird stuff that was happening when the rest of the Scions weren't here. I'm so glad I was able to be here this moment. You know, I considered continuing to follow in Hori's footsteps, but I realized it's time I found my own way in life. Otherwise, I'll never be half the man my brother is. First things first, I'm going to head to Gridania to visit the Conjurer's Guild and the Archer's Guild. I will do my best to brush up on skills before I see you again. Matoya's theme. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't, at present, planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I'm adverse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I've been meaning to ask you, something that had been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts, the history of Aetheris and the ancients, glimpse of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be dismenting them in formal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is inevitably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well intended the rendering. An event is described as sad. Back. That was very bad. Everything crashed! The internet just completely kaput. Hopefully that will not happen again. Ugh. Woofa doofa. Yeah, I know. We're almost done. But now people won't know that I've been streaming for 13 hours. Oh, I might be going down again, actually. Oh, wait, maybe. Let's see. At least the queue shouldn't be very long. It's 5 in the morning. Let's see. Yes, I know my stream disconnected 5 minutes ago. Thank you, thank you. I am not made unawares. I'm so sad. I bet all of your Stola's conversation got probably lost, so who do I play? Akali. Woo! 24 people. I'm sure Akali's entire conversation, or Y'shtola's entire conversation got biffaronied, but... Oh no! I know! She knows exactly what's up. I hope everyone enjoys the 4 in the morning ping that I am streaming. I hope they enjoy that. What was the last thing you saw, Sprightly? Was it mid Y'shtola conversation that everything died? Thank you. I just wanted to finish it, and then, like, it kept getting to a point where, like, well, if I stop now, I might as well just finish it. At hour 8, I was like, oh, I might as well just finish it. There can't be that much left. And then it was hour 10. About pages. Okay, we'll just start from the beginning. And then it was like, and then it was 10 hours, and I was like, oh, jeez, now I have to keep it. It was the, the sunk cost fallacy. But good night, Koji. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned for a journey of any great length. Not that I'm averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I'd been meaning to ask you, something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts, the history of Aetherius and the ancients, glimpses of the air and their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be dismantling them in their informal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape to interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is inevitably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well-intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other until the end result is an unrecognizable form, its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account of my own words would be taken akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do, of course, realize the importance of keeping written record. Without them, my search for wisdom would be painful affair indeed. But what say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Aye, let them be read and remembered. Very well then, I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the air, and the ancients, and so many other wonders. But I am no scribe, it will be less polished work, and more of a recording of scattered notes. In any case, I feel much better, having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to the following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. I've gotten all of them. Arnwald has pressing matters, according to him anyway. A pity he couldn't be here to witness this momentous occasion, though he bids me to tell you congratulations. As for me, well, once the science disbanded, I intend to resume my work in Ralger's Reach. I suppose Arnwald will need support in Garabania too, though he would not admit it to as much. He will have my help, whether he wants it or not. Feels a little strange now we Link Pearl's gone quiet. Since my unique skills no longer need for the safety of the star and all that, I'm gonna become an adventurer like you, traveling far and wide. I imagine I'll start by heading to Marsidia or the New World. Just need to find myself a ship first. Oh, Akali, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been tending to the aftermath of the Exodius, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Sharlayan. Both Alizai and I are off to assist with the Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsabard contingent still stationed there, Lucia and Maxima, helm the relief effort, and support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the Tempered across the lands. Lest you understand, we do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn to a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we might better help them begin anew. I'll visit when I can. By all means, full glad would I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Alizé as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so, yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you. In good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Akali, from the bottom of my heart. Oh, Akali, how are you faring? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Sharlayan, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word that you defeated him despite your earlier exertions, but knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you a life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. It worked out. You did the right thing. It is a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. And I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Baldician, through our work, Sharlayan will strengthen its ties with other nations, and we may be better prepared to face what threats arise in future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ujika and the other remaining members. Together we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, Certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon a seasoned adventurer. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel a lure for the task itself. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time for departure is upon us. And in my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well. Damn, my internet really couldn't hold on 15 more minutes.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
I gotta gear up for raid, so. Not a call either.
Quite right.
Indeed.
Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
I wonder if we'll see her out and about in the world, like we see Alpha and the others. She would be hard to spot. She's very little. Yet stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. Oh, this is the past.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
It's Elidibus.
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium.
Okay. That's why La Habrea is a part of it. So, this is one thing that I was constantly complaining about when we were here, because Elidibus sent us back into the past, because he said he saw us there. He saw us in Ellipse, but we never actually ran into Elidibus. We ran into Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus and the former Azim and the eventual Van Daniel, but we never saw any of the other Ascians, so it didn't make sense to me that that Elidibus would have seen us there if we never even got that reference. But it's through the raid series that he knew we were there. The raid series will be in the past.
Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
And because his memory's in absolute shambles by the time you two do actually meet, it makes sense that he would not remember us. It was not what I was hoping for, but it is still pretty good. And we still might see Emmett and everything. No, we won't, because it's the past. His memory... Okay, yeah, we won't see Emmett at all in the Raiden series. You have completed the main quest scenario, Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have become available in Old Sharlayan. NPCs... Oh, my goodness. Can I go back in here? Okay. So, that is it. That is it. There are two... Oh god, it's gonna be a mess to find. Song of Steam and Steel. It's going to be hard because I've done 0 side quests on Akali, so it'll be extremely difficult to find. There's 2, or there's at least 1, possibly 2, probably 2 endgame dungeons, but where they are, I could not begin to tell you. And we are going to be making a slow transition from Akali to Casa anyway, because I will be raiding in the next few weeks. Actually, not this upcoming Monday, but next Monday. And that's all going to be done on Akali. That's probably a dungeon. They'll be blue. 90 or no, yeah, so they'll be, I guess it's just these two. We're not gonna do it. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, so that's it, and then the other one's down here. So we will be slowly transitioning from Akali to Casa. So that next expac will probably be done with her. But there are still things to be done on Akali. We still have to finish Eureka and Boja and a couple of other small things. But Final Fantasy right now, eventually. Oh, the Matrix. Okay. Final Fantasy will eventually move itself back to Saturdays and Sundays, while there are still things for me to do. And then when new patches and stuff come out, they will be done the day that they come out, so Tuesdays, Wednesdays, however long it takes to complete those patches. I am actually going to take the rest of the week off because I've been doing a lot of streaming and I have a lot of things to catch up on personally. This has consumed far more hours of my day than I've actually played, simply because of the queues and stuff, and I have to sit here and keep an eye on the queues so I don't get disconnected for like 3 hours. So there's a lot of personal things I have to keep up on. So I'm going to be taking, I don't even know what day it is. It's Friday, so I'll be taking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off to catch myself up on all my things, and then I'll be back on Tuesday with the regularly scheduled program of Spiritfarer at 2 p.m. EST, and probably wrapping up some loose threads in Final Fantasy XIV at the 6 p.m. slot, and then we'll probably do one more week of Final Fantasy taking up that evening slot, and then we'll be doing probably Dragon Age at 6 p.m. I'll have to see. So, but thank you so much for being here and being on this journey with me. It was a lot of fun. And thank you. I hope you all have a very lovely evening. And take care and goodbye.